Welcome to Lesson 2 of GUHSD's online course for Google Classroom. In this Lesson 2 video, we will first start off by overviewing the assignment. We will then take a look at managing Google Classroom settings, and finish by discussing how to manage classroom communication. In Lesson 2, students will be able to manage their Google Classroom settings and differentiate between their overall Google Classroom settings and individual classroom settings. Additionally, students will be able to manage classroom communication, including teacher and student notifications, guardian summaries, and smartphone applications. Students will demonstrate their learning by discussing the potential benefits and concerns of specific notification settings, specific student commenting options, and potential guardian summaries. Students will also demonstrate their learning by customizing their sample Google Classroom notifications to fit their potential classroom and student needs. A screenshot will be inserted into this document as evidence of that. The process to accomplish these tasks will be to first learn about the settings in this video you're watching now. To demonstrate your learning, you will complete this table below. This table contains 3 separate notification settings under the source column. For each source, please make sure to discuss potential benefits or uses of this setting, and conversely, please make sure to mention potential concerns or obstacles using this particular setting. You will then travel to your Google Classroom and set your notification settings to a need that would fit your classroom. Go ahead and make a screenshot and insert the screenshot of your Google Classroom notification settings into this white box. When you're all finished, make sure to turn this assignment into our GUHSD online course Google Classroom. Let's talk about how to manage our settings in Google Classroom. If we go to our sample Google Classroom and we select the 3 vertical lines at the top left, and we scroll down, we're going to see settings. This settings options is for all of your entire Google Classrooms. So this is basically the umbrella setting that applies to each Google Classroom that you create. Let's go ahead and select here. We can enable or disable email notifications. If we turn it off, we see that all the notifications below go away because we're not going to receive any notifications. Once we turn notifications on, we notice that we have a handful of topics here within which notifications can be sent, either enabled or disabled for us. If we scroll down to classes that you teach, we notice that we can enable or disable each one of these. Late submissions of student work, so you're going to get an email if students submit their work late. Resubmissions of student work, if you return work to a student and they resubmit it, you'll get an email. Invitations to co-teach classes, so if other teachers create classrooms and invite you to join them as a co-teacher, you'll receive a notification if this is checked. You can schedule your assignments, so if you schedule an assignment in the future and that date comes, you'll get a notification saying that Google Classroom has assigned that assignment that you had previously scheduled. You can turn on or off all of these features. Individual classroom notifications are listed here. So let's say you joined a whole bunch of classrooms, or you teach some classrooms that maybe you don't want notifications for. You can turn off or on all of these notifications for particular classrooms in this section. Once we leave our overall classroom settings, let's go back to our individual class, and we notice that each individual class has settings as well. Let's go ahead and click the gear icon. Again, we can modify details of this course. Our class code is listed here. Again, you can display this for your students. You can copy it. You can reset it if you need to. For the rest of the general settings here, under the stream and classwork stream, we're going to cover those in Lesson 3. When we take a look here down at the Gradebook, we're going to talk about grading student work, providing feedback, and the Gradebook options within Google Classroom in Lesson 4. One of the things we'll take a look at next for communication is setting up guardian summaries. So guardian summaries are consistent and scheduled emails that go to the parents or guardians of students in your Google Classroom. The information contained in these notifications for parents and guardians relates to their performance in your class and the gradebook. Are they missing assignments? Are they behind on assignments? Did they turn assignments in late? This is all information that you can schedule to have emailed out to parents and guardians of students in your Google Classroom. You can enable that by selecting this option here. It's asking you to confirm. Guardians will receive summary of their students' work and class announcements. You can add all the classes you teach to the Guardian email summaries. You can do that by checking this, or if you just want Guardian summaries for this particular course, uncheck it and say Add Class. So now Guardian summaries are enabled only for this sample course, not every course. We can go back and make that change again, turn it off, turn it on again. Maybe I do, in fact, want all Guardians to be notified for every student in every classroom that I do have. That's what this would be for. You can re-enable that here. If you click the See Example link, it'll take you to a Google website that gives you information about Guardian email summaries, as well as having an example of what a Guardian email summary will look like. What we're going to talk about now is how to set this up for your students. So if I exit my class settings, go ahead and save first, exit our classroom settings, and if I go to People, underneath my student roster, I can invite Guardians. When I invite Guardians, I can type in their email address, and I'm going to invite them. Once you invite a Guardian, the Guardian will receive an email notification. This teacher has invited you as a Guardian in Google Classroom for this student. If you're not the Guardian and it's a mistake, simply click I'm not the Guardian. If this is your student, go ahead and click Accept. Go ahead and make sure that the email address is yours. Once the Guardian clicks Accept, they'll be taken to this page. Email summaries will be listed here. The parent or Guardian has the option to display how many times they want summaries. I don't want any summaries. I want them daily, or I want them weekly for my student. So parents and Guardians have options on how they want to be notified of student performance within Google Classroom. As a teacher, you also have an option to manually email them. So if you want to email all Guardians, select Email All Guardians. It's going to take you into your Gmail, and it's going to populate this list of all the Guardian emails in your Google Classroom if you want to send them a notification. If you want to remove a Guardian, simply click the 3 vertical dots and remove Guardian. Another form of notification that you want to ensure your students have the capabilities of understanding and using is the Google Classroom smartphone app. It's available for both iOS and Android services. When they open it, students can join a class by clicking the plus button. They have options for their classes, and again, students also have notifications, so they can open notification settings. They can go about, they can look at their notifications. Once they go to notifications, they can enable or disable them. To enable them, they would select this. Device notifications, so they'd also need to enable it within their phone's settings. Notifications are set to off for Classroom. Allow notifications for Classroom on my iPhone device. And they can select what type of notifications they want to get from Google Classroom. This is how a lot of students actually get notifications from teachers about assignments that have been posted or grades that have been submitted into the Google Classroom Gradebook.